Welcome back to Beyond Co-Sell. Really, really privileged and happy to have both the co-founders of PCAN. So, Michael and Brett, thank you very much for joining. Unfortunately, it's a bit sad in terms of the reason why we've called this is there's been some announcements, there's been job cuts across not only AWS but also Meta as well. So, we wanted to put something together to help those people who've gone through that and also know that they're not alone, that there is a wider community out there to help them as well. Yeah,
Poignant.
let's go. So, in one sentence, what should impacted AWS people do in the next 72 hours? Brett, I reckon you go first because Michael has already off air has already expressed his piece. But yeah, what do you think?
Probably not far off of what Michael's going to say anyway. Like I was impacted this year, he was impacted this year, and I think sometimes it's a shock, being the founders of this, like our even our community. I think a lot of people look up to us and like it would never happen to us, kind of thing, but it does. So for me, take a deep breath. You've been busting your ass at 1.5 time human capability for many, many, many moons. Like take a deep breath, enjoy the time off. I'm sure there's going to be severance packages, all that kind of stuff. Like come back to being a human again. You don't have to speak Klingon all the time to everyone. You can go back to normal life for a little while, enjoy the time off. You have a big network. There's a lot of us that are out here. There's big friends. There's a lot of people to start kind of tapping on to see what's out there and that's what's available. So that's my opinion. I mean, I couldn't imagine working. I mean, we do it on the outside. We kill ourselves and we travel constantly and taking the time off is a much needed thing. I had a really close friend of mine push me pretty hard to do it myself. And I hadn't taken more than a week off since I was probably 14 years old. So those 2 months that I took off between jobs was pretty amazing. I journaled, I read, I was up to like 100 miles a week on my bike. Like it was awesome. It was really good. I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of the same is like take care of yourself first and your mental self. I think we all get caught up in work, like Brett said, and so the basics, whatever kind of, in the US, your unemployment, like the paperwork, whatever, you just got to go do that stuff. AWS at least is not, I guarantee the severance and the goodbye or the garden leave for AWS is going to be a lot better than most of our companies. Also, remember, a lot of these folks are paid in RSUs and they've vested a ton over the years, and Amazon stock is going gangbusters. So, like, just evaluate your own personal financial situation. Do you have to work? Then there's obviously like, what do I want to do next? What parts of my job do I love and I want to do more of? And what did I not like and I want to do less of? And I think it's an opportunity to maybe reinvent yourself, to use that word, but like figure out what you want to do next. I think we'll talk more about skills and probably opportunities out there, but at least right now, yeah, go take a vacation, go spend time with your kids and your family. Like it was awesome just taking my wife to lunch on a Tuesday, right? And like, cool, let's go have a 2 hour lunch and let's drink a mimosa during it, right? You just can't really do that in your normal day to day. But I think that was really fun. For me, it was over the summer. I had my 6 and 8 year old niece and nephew with me. And so, like, cool. Uncle got to go to the beach, to the lake. Like, we went and had a fun. And it actually was just like, it was fun. It was reinvigorating for me too. So I think there's going to be the negative. Just get your mind past that, your mindset past that, but enjoy some time. But yeah, opportunities may come your way. Like, don't not take those, have those conversations, but think about you first and then really what you like and want.
It's
And I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I think I went through that. Like, should I just go do my own thing? Right. And I think sometimes it's hard to make that decision when you got a steady paycheck, when you're like in the grind, in the matrix. But like, this might give you the opportunity. Like, I'm really passionate about this thing. It might not even be technology, or maybe it's something else. This might have been the catalyst that just creates a really happy reaction for you.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've spoken to two people that have been affected by it. One has done exactly that. She's going off to Italy, visit the family, understands actually she was only given a month severance, which over here is, minimum amount, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have any stock invested because she's pretty new to AWS. But even then, it's that awareness of it's trauma, right? Whether you're expecting or not, it's trauma. So you need to take that breath, take that deep breath. Then someone else who's actually got a very good severance over a year, plus extras, plus RSU, is already looking for her next role. So it's very much going through LinkedIn and just seeing what are the
Yeah.
opportunities out there, what are the type of companies that would really spark that passion, that fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll plug PCAN. I think we were going to talk about it, but we only had two rules when Brett and I kind of created PCAN. One was none of our members sell to each other. That wasn't the goal.
Yeah.
And the second was is we love them, but no one from AWS can be inside of PCAN. There's friends, like we invite them in, they do like education, like there's a lot of knowledge transfer. But so I would say the second thing is join PCAN. Several of our companies are hiring for folks right now. It's free to join. That was kind of the goal. We recreated this as a not-for-profit. I don't think Brett and I probably have lost money. We haven't made any money. It wasn't what it was about. But we do have like everyone in Slack and WhatsApp. We have employment channels like today, WhatsApp group. Hey, I'm looking for someone that does this. In my channel, in Slack, there's an employment channel. Everyone's saying, hey, I need someone for this, or hey, I saw this job, or hey, this recruiter called me for this opportunity. We're all just kind of like centralizing it around there too. So I think that's also just to kind of keep your feelers out and find the opportunity. That's one, because of the sources out there. I saw a bunch of stuff on LinkedIn, this, that, but that's not how I found my next job. It's not how my next jobs are ever created. It's all your own network or your friends of friends or other stuff like that, where you're going to find probably the most real opportunities where you should invest your time.
Yeah.
It's so much more comfortable to do it that way too, versus like, I mean, even I have a hesitation of like messaging somebody on LinkedIn, be like, hey, I saw that you guys had a job rec, can you help me with the referral in kind of stuff. It's just way more casual in the community because people will come to you. Like, hey, I saw you need help. Like, just raise your hand. Like, we want to help. Like, this is all about a people community. It all started in the beginning, 5, 6 years ago, even when Michael and I first met. We're all lone wolves on, trying to climb this $140 billion mountain, and it's hard. And we would never get to the place in our careers if it wasn't for like learning from each other. I mean, remember like the very first time Michael and I met, like I was like, all right, I was testing the waters with him. I'm like, all right, you know what Vision and Verison is? And he's like, yep. I'm like, oh shit, he's one of the knowledge kings right here. And again, it's the people that come first beyond anything else. So like, yeah, please join. We're just going to help each other, just help each other get there.
Got a few more questions. So, what are the top three mistakes you see right after layoffs that slow people down?
Submitting your resume anywhere that you can plug it in. Don't do that. It's just a distraction. Think
Yeah.
about really what you want. Like I think people get, worried about being, paycheck to paycheck or this or that. Like just take your time. Like think about where you want to be next. I think that's the most important thing. So yeah, I think you getting your resume updated in the right way. Think about like the three biggest rocks you turned over and not just all the feature benefits you can possibly put on one page. Get it narrow, get it really direct and where you think you can help somebody. So I think the three biggest mistakes, yeah, again, like just punching in resumes all over the place, seeming too desperate right off the bat. It's okay. You've got your cloud MBA on your resume already. You're going to be good. That's going to open the door for you in a lot of different places, and then not asking for help. I think that's the third thing. And that's probably the hardest thing for most people to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll daisy chain off that answer, which is do not use AI for your resume. I think everyone should use AI to coach them about how to write their resume and maybe word choice or something, but I would strongly, it's almost too easy, but I don't trust it. And when I use AI for some things like that, it's gonna not hallucinates the right word. It's gonna do things that probably aren't native to me or not the way I wanted them to be said or not important. And also then, you just assume that the recruiters and hirers are all doing that too. But words matter. And I spend a lot of time thinking about the words I use and like, why does this bullet coming before the other one or whatever? Like, I be careful with like over analyzing, but I also think just this should be very personal to you. It should very much reflect the things that are important to you. And, whether it's a cover letter or your resume, I would just really yeah, maybe it's been years. Honestly, after this, I hadn't had a resume in 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Just followed other leaders.
Yeah. And I think just following on from that. So, my first thing is I love the open to network, open to work on LinkedIn. Do not
Yeah,
switch that on straight away. I don't, because it shows that you're needy, you're trying to network, but
you
I
can
would
actually do
actually,
it privately versus
yeah.
publicly too. You could turn it on privately so recruiters and everyone who's got LinkedIn stuff can reach out to you, but you're going to get a lot of noise and
Brett, that is a key one. Just don't go and spam everyone with your resume, right? Firstly, it's not going to be bespoke for that role, and you're doing it because you're desperate. And coming back to the previous question, I think you need to take a deep breath around what do you want? Because you've just been at one of the largest companies ever. Is that still what you want to do? Do you want to do something a little bit different? Do you want to be somewhere a little bit smaller? For me, I think that's really important. So yeah, spamming everywhere is not the way to go.
I think it'll get you in a position that you get scared that you're not getting anything back and you're going to take the first job that pops up in front of you and it may not be what you want. You might get in there and realize a few days in that this was not for you.
Yeah.
That happens. I got friends that are in that role, those types of roles right now. They're worried about paycheck to paycheck type of stuff and they're doing things that are just not natural for the way that they work.
There's two
Yeah.
truth bombs, I will say, and I actually call these in my own internal slide decks. I have a 2-page deck that's all just called truth bombs. My first bullet is, well, I'll use Kong as an example. My first bullet says Kong needs AWS. AWS doesn't need Kong, and I always think about that because they don't need us. We need them. So anything where I need someone else to help me almost doesn't matter what I want. Doesn't matter what I need because I haven't earned the right to get any of that. And the second thing I will say and warn this community from experience is all the people you know at AWS, all of the relationships, I can get access, I can short circuit things that I can't short circuit because you've had the time with the people. Just remember, getting to the person is one thing, but having the data to support your asks and what you need is actually more important. And what I mean by that is you will quickly watch all the people that you know or your friends at Amazon not really have time for you because unless you're at one of those partners that doing $1 billion in marketplace, has a humongous spend in SCA, remember when you were there is you were focused on the partners that focused on your metrics. So like if you jump into a startup, even though I know the people, I can't expect what I think I can expect in a relationship because I haven't earned any of it. I don't have any of the data. I haven't done any of the competencies. I haven't done, and I watch a lot of partners get high and talk the thing, but I already know like your scorecard doesn't match your relationships or your words. And so in the interview, I will tell you, knowing all these people is helpful, but like it usually starts with the mirror and your own company and your own metrics and your own back office in your own business first before you can ever kind of expect something out of AWS. Why? Because they don't need you. You need them.
Yeah. The final question here, and it ties everything in. We started at the top of the discussion as well. What can PCAN do to immediately help? So what should affected people do to just activate the community? You mentioned it, but how do they get in touch? We're going to put links in down below as well. So, feel free to comment. What advice would you give them just to reach out to the community?
Like, hey man, we're people here. These are our friends. These are our family. They have mortgages. They got kids. So like, think about that. Like, look at like, what do you have at your own company that you could probably put in the employment channel and make an introduction? What do you have at like your best friend's company that's in SaaS that could, have something that's open and make an introduction? Like, what's within your network that you've got a really good relationship that you could possibly make an introduction for somebody and help them get hired somewhere. Like, lean in. Takes 30 seconds, like look across LinkedIn, look in your network, look at your own company. What are they trying to pull up? Just lean in. These are people that we're all trying to help. These are the people that have made you successful. These are the people that have tried to help you, people that have driven your career, people that you've learned from. And just like we've all done, like just it's people time. Like you got to step in, you got to step up, and you really got to help out your people. Take care of your people. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, mine goes back to I think we'll do our next master like PCAN.cloud/join us, or just from the header bar, you'll see the join, free to join. There's donation-based things for, hey, I want to join, I want to do the next Master Pal. We try to do them once a quarter. So in March or whatever would be a good time. You have the time now. I mean, it's not expensive in the States. It's a tax write-off. We're a not-for-profit, so it's a donation. I would say that's probably a good foundation, learning all of that stuff. Every Wednesday, we still get someone from AWS to like come on, talk about a program, this, that, whatever. So there's a bunch of education. Our pro membership gives you access to all the recordings that we've done for a year now or more. So like there's a bunch of old stuff that you can learn, because remember, you're having to learn new skills that you didn't really know elsewhere. And I promise you, there isn't like a podcast or a book or something that explains all of this. So you kind of have to like get a lot of it. I would also say like then the every other Wednesday, I do the Ask Me Anything. It's really selfless. I learn just as much from those sessions as because I don't know all the answers. So we tend to crowdsource.
Like we're just here to help. Like it's tough out there. May as well learn from your peers that are fighting the same fight, and we can all do it together.
We've got a really strong community. And I think that's probably the key message from this session, right? That we're here to help. Hopefully this has been helpful.